On this episode of Mad Ginger Customs, we're going to take a decibel meter and I'm going to tell you, does sound deadening material really make a difference? Does it make a difference on its own? Does it make a difference with carpet? We're also going to get rid of those ricer seats that I put in my F100 that all of you hated, and I got some period correct units you're going to love. Let's go. All right, guys, we're back. So you ever have like a garbage can vehicle that, you know, you put floors in, or somebody put floors in, no carpet, and it's loud? Our 66 F100, we've worked on this on the channel before. It needs a couple more floor patches. We're not going to do that in this episode. And we put these seats in here, and this was a mixed, had some mixed emotions from you guys. And I think in the grand scheme of things, I don't really like them. I don't know. They sit super tall. I probably should have put them down another 1.5 inches. We made some brackets. I think we're taking all that out. And it's so loud in there because it's steel and there's no sound deadener that you can't hear yourself think. It's 88 decibels. I bought enough sound deadener to do probably 3 cars, and I bought different brands. So we're gonna put this stuff in and we'll try it, and we'll put a carpet down and we'll see. Does it really make a difference? Is that money worth spending? I got to do a wiper motor in this thing. We're going to do a bunch of other stuff. And I got some period correct vintage Ford Thunderbird seats that I think we're going to try to install. So let's go. Step 1 was to remove the Fast and Furious seats. They're actually comfortable. They're not bad. But, you know, Jess doesn't like them. I don't necessarily know if I like them. Then you gotta take out your premium cup holder. Now, this is not something you can find anywhere. Super expensive, high quality. I'm gonna definitely save on that because, you know, that we're gonna reuse it. Nope, we're gonna make a center console, sheet metal, the whole 9 yards, all the way back. Couple things you have to understand. I'm not fixing all the holes in these floors. They're solid where you sit. They're solid where you put your feet. This is a dual level back here, but that's all solid. I know it looks rotted over there, but it doesn't matter because we're not holding up a gas tank. So what we're gonna do is pretend we fixed it all, and then we're gonna seal in the sins all over. While this is out, let's get up under there. Changed that wiper motor. Bought a whole kit. I think it was from, I'm not sure. It was a kit. Came with the wiper motor, harness, the switch, because technically none of that stuff in this truck works and the wipers are stuck right there. I'm gonna get under there and do that. And then we're gonna clean this floor up and start sticking stuff down. Hopefully this stuff makes a noticeable difference. 88 decibels, guys, that's like a Harley going by you. I mean, it's loud in here. You can't even talk. You can't hear yourself think. And I can't talk and think at the same time anyway. So this is a kit we got. It is from Dennis Carpenter. Part number C1TZ17508RR. 61 to 66 windshield wiper motor. That was something. Luckily, some idiot cut a giant hole in this dash. Not me. And I went right through it, and I got the top bolt for the wiper motor. All right, so we unbolted the old motor that's no good. And obviously, oh, well, there's a problem, right? These aren't the same, so this one goes garbage. And then we got to get this thing in here, right? So they have you cut out this, and I'm assuming that sits like that, and then you mark it and drill it. So let's do exactly as the instructions say and cut it out. More craft time with Dave if you guys watch our international videos. So here are the new holes in relation to where the old ones are. These are very close together, but really shouldn't be a problem, I would think. Let's see. Dump it out. Yep, it does. It comes with all the things. See, that's the new knob. That's actually a good knob. Ford knob. I'm not really sure the 1964ths is the right size. I think you could have went way smaller. I don't know why they suggest such a big drill bit, but they do. So she's mounted up like that. Guess we don't need this part on there, but it's riveted on. Who cares? It's not going to be in the way. At least I don't think so. We can kind of bang it out of the way. Or rip it off. We'll rip it off. I haven't been recording, and I've just been baking in the sun. Upset. Plug everything in. Doesn't work. Check power. Like, it gets power from the fuse block. So I'm going through it. I'm like, it's got a fuse in it, and that fuse is visibly good. But it rings out bad. This fuse is no good. This fuse is brand new, and it's no good. So what I did was I just took the fuse holder and just connected it together, and the thing took right off. So we need a fuse, but I'm gonna set this thing to center now that I figured that out. So good job, Dennis Carpenter. The switch, when you screw it together, if you use the factory bezel, the threading is slightly different, so the nut doesn't slide down, so you gotta like work the nut through almost like you're threading it. And if you use the large brass nut they supply you, which it doesn't fit in the bezel, right here. This one doesn't fit in the bezel. So if you want to use, you know, the factory bezel, this one, you got to use the inset one. And I had to basically just use like penetrant and just keep working it back and forth. This has been a nightmare. I honestly thought I'd already be done with this. I don't necessarily know I would suggest this kit, but there's not a whole lot more on the market, so take it for what it is. Anyway, since I don't have a fuse, and honestly, I'm not going to put a glass fuse back in there. I got these things that come as a ring, and you can get a bladed fuse in it, so I'm just going to swap it over to this. That way, in the future, I can just readily have one, because I have tons of bladed fuses and I don't have any glass fuses. I suppose I could just go buy glass fuses, but I would imagine those are few and far between at this point. You know, the auto parts stores don't carry auto parts stuff anymore. You know, they don't expect you to actually fix your car unless it's, you know, modern and bolt in, you know. So many eternities later, I am sunburnt. Wow. Anyway, 1/16 Allen for that. You would have thought it would have been metric with the rest of the crap, but it wasn't. I just got a rag on that because there's no blade left on that and I want scratching it. It does click on the passenger side. I'm going to throw this thing in accessory. So I'm going to try to move that arm up a little bit at high speed. She sends it. Does it park? It parks. Gotta adjust the passenger. Maybe we can bring the arm up a little bit, and when it parks, I don't even honestly care. Like I said, we only drive this thing kind of to run errands. It's not like it's a daily. If it was a daily, it would have to be perfect, but look what we got. These need to be cleaned up. This is a Ford Thunderbird seat. It folds forward. It has an integrated seat belt. They're pretty dirty. These were given to me by Zach and Danielle, a couple friends of the channel. Being honest, I work with Danielle, and she says my husband's got a set of seats he wants to get rid of, and he just give them to you. I'm like, really? So thanks, Zach, appreciate it. We're gonna put these things to use. So we're gonna put our floor stickies on there first, and then we're gonna sit these things back in here, mark them, drill them, put all the hardware back in, and we're gonna clean these up. These are nice, I like them. I'm just gonna spray the floor down with, what do we got here? Sweet Patina Get Gone Degreaser. I used this on the shoebox floor, and it really cleans well. I don't necessarily know if it's meant for that, but it works for that. So we're just gonna give a quick wipe down. A lot later. You don't have to be too particular with this if you're putting carpet over it. And it's not a show car. If it's a show car, you're gonna see the lumps from the, you know, Kilmat. Yeah, of course, you wanna do a really good job, but you know, this is what we did. So, pretty much all covered up. A couple spots. This was one box. 80 mil, 36 square feet. I still got quite a bit left. So what I may do is run pieces right there in the back, just to add to the deadening, because I got it, why not do it? And then I think we're gonna take this entire headliner out and we're gonna use it as a template, and we're gonna make a new one. Here comes UPS and they're backing in. Maybe it's a new welder, I don't know. I got a new welder coming that does like weird stuff for you guys. It's gonna be a good review, I promise. It's gonna be cool. So obviously these aren't necessary, but everybody who's ever done work like this, put them in the back, and they said it made a significant amount of difference just with the amount of rattling. I don't know how true that is, but anyway, it's a good enough for who it's for and what they're paying. I just threw the seat in it so we can take it for a ride. It's only like 3 decibels quieter, but 3 decibels to a human is a lot. Every decibel is almost doubling the sound, I think, or something like that, from what we hear. So right now it's like anywhere between 83 and 86, 85, 83, 84. Hey! Oh, when I yell it's 88. It sounds better in here. It's less tinny. It still is loud. So I think we're gonna do door seals, and with the carpet it should be better, but I wanted to show you guys just with the Kilmat in it, is it worth doing? If you're just gonna, I mean, obviously you're not gonna leave Kilmat, but does it help on its own? So the answer is slightly. Anyway, I'm going to O'Reilly's to grab some wiper blades and we'll be back. Back from O'Reilly's, got some wipers. So it is a smidge quieter. It's not as tinny. You can still hear all the wind noise from the door seals. That's something we're gonna take care of at some point. And this window rattles like crazy because it's all, you know, busted out right here. So I have this whole entire new piece for that, and then I have some felts, and then we can put some felts in here. I'll show you a trick with that with Velcro. But what I did notice is it's not nearly as hot like in the truck from, you know, this thing with heat, you know, the whole floor gets warm, and because where the exhaust runs in the trans tunnel, and it's not hot like that anymore. So I guess that's another bonus of doing that stuff. The seats are actually super comfortable. I mean, they're kind of clapped out, you know, they need some stitching, and they, you know, but they look their age, and the price is right. They were free. Day 2. Just kind of got these seats sitting in here. When you look at them from the front of the back, they kind of just have a little bit of a tip. I don't necessarily mind that. They sit nice in the truck. So I'm going to mark them and drill this other one in. I'm going to square it up a little bit more this way. Here's a problem, and I'm not really sure how I'm going to handle this. There's no like trim, you know, like a sill plate to hold the floor down like the carpet. I don't necessarily think about that. This truck never had that. Let's go to Jess's 64. I know it's a different opening because whoever did this murdered the floors in it. You look at Jess's. Yeah, see? She got that trim piece. Mine's not even, oh no. Mine's not even round. I think mine's square. Our carpet might not even fit. Problems. Problems. That's not good. Well, so if it won't be all the way around, I mean, this looks factory though, doesn't it? Maybe not. Regular cab with the 4-speed, that's how it's got the hump. No gas tank. So hopefully this is rock auto. Lay flat. Pop contours back into place. Allow a few hours for product to relax. Nope, not gonna do that. Applying adhesive. Whoa! Oh, it's generally not necessary. Okay. We're gonna, there. Maybe we can just lay this on the hood. I'm not gonna hurt it. Well, the saving grace is the edge is bound. We're gonna have to do some trimming from some little flyaways here, not a big deal. This is super cheap, guys. I wanna say on Rock Auto, it was like 140 bucks. I mean, what do you expect for 140 bucks? I mean, I bought the cheapest thing I could find, and I'm gonna butcher it anyway, because I'm gonna cut a hole like right there. So I think what we're gonna do is lay it in like halfway and just see like how far does it get from the front to the back, because we may have a lot of that exposed. I don't care about that. If you guys care about that, pay very close attention to where you stop your Kilmat, because can you get it off? Sure. Is it gonna be a pain in the ass? Absolutely. So what they want you to do is basically fold it in half, start from like the back and go forward, or any distinguishable contours, so you know that, oh, this is exactly where it goes, and then you work your way forward, which we're gonna have to do anyway. Normally I would start with the forward and go back, but we're gonna start back and go forward because we got the shifter in the way, and like I said, I'm not taking the whole shifter and everything out. I don't have time for that, and I don't honestly care, because we're gonna make a center console, a sheet metal center console for this thing, and it's gonna go literally over the top of everything, so it's not gonna matter. But I mean, this is the distinguishable bumps, right? So this is where, now, this only works if the guy who did the floors, which was not me, put everything back in the same place. Kind of got more on that side. We got to shift it a little bit, and we're going to have to come up with some type of edging. I already got an idea, like right angle aluminum, maybe? And if we need to shrink or stretch it and we can kind of bend it, maybe. But, I mean, this is where we're at over here. You know, should I push it in there? I don't know. What do you guys think? Terrible? Terrible idea. Probably should have pulled the whole shifter out. I just cut like an X in here. I know that's gonna make a lot of you cringe. These are Lexan scissors for like RC cars. They work good for cutting curves. Got my big dog Swiss. What do we have? What do we have coming down the road? Your CB250 isn't fast. Just letting you guys know. It's not fast. It's not going to be fast. No matter how much you wind it up, it's not going to be fast. So that's going to be about where we need to be for here. So now what I'm going to do is just pull it back and take this bezel out if I can, and then we'll screw it back down and cut around it, because I think that's going to do just fine. And if we need to trim it up, and that's fine, but I mean, we're all the way up underneath here. This is actually gonna fit nice. I'll show you guys. Let me get you off the stand. So this goes all the way up. So a little cutting, and then we're gonna have to figure out, you know, the edging, but I think I got an idea for that. So let me just pull this off. So I pulled the bezel and the shift knob. If you guys don't know how these things work, you just push them in and you yank them. Sometimes you got to give them hell, but that one came right off, luckily. So let's move over to the other side, get this thing kind of under the pedals, and kind of see where we live. Maybe I could set you guys here. The sun's really screwing it up. The sun will help settle it in, though, even though it's absolutely cooking me. All right, now we need to be under all that. And we need to be under our dimmer switch. Wow, this actually does fit fairly nice. We gotta cut some out for the throttle. That's okay. We do not want that jamming under that. But guys, overall, I mean, for the low cost of this carpet, it actually isn't terrible. I might get a boot for this and just use a boot, like a B&M shifter boot. That might be way cooler. It doesn't need the, it really doesn't need the bezel. It just needs to move. My concern was like if my wife drives it, she's like, I don't know what gear it's in, you know, because she doesn't understand detents and things like that. Stopped at O'Reilly's, AutoZone, and Advance, because they're all kind of next to each other where I live. And nobody had a shift boot. That's kind of weird, but I guess nobody kind of does this stuff anymore. So I had to order a shift boot. I got these floor mats, because obviously this is a work truck. He's actually got these little grippers on the bottom, these orange things. They stay in there pretty good. Kind of move them around a little bit, but we'll figure that out. Now, I've seen a couple different trains of thought with how you poke holes in carpet. The way that I've ever done that actually worked properly was heating a screwdriver with a torch and basically just pushing it up from the bottom nice and slow and kind of just melting it out of the way. So that's what we're gonna do. I've heard guys say, oh, you can run a drill bit backwards. Yeah, if you want to destroy your carpet, you can. So basically what we're just gonna do is gonna heat this thing up. We're gonna go from underneath. So let me get this thing nice and hot. All right, let's give it a go. See what happens. And try not to stick it through your hand. You know what I mean? Don't go through your hand. There's one. And here's two. And you just melt it through. And that's going to give you the holes you need. Where's the seat belt? And under it? Oh yeah. Seat belt's stuck under it. That is not good. Okay, those line up. These are not even close. There they are. All right, not bad. We gotta adjust the stop on the seats. So these have long bolts in the back and you can adjust them down so these don't go back as far. You know, in a car you can let them go back kind of far, but let's get some bolts in this thing. I was in the garage and I was like, man, maybe I got some extra washers for the seats. And I look over and I have a shelf just with Jeep stuff on it. What did I find there? Not even kidding you. Shift boot. I literally just ordered that. I'm thinking I'm not gonna cancel it. I think I'm just gonna keep it because we have so many Jeeps. I'm probably put it in something. Anyway, I'm gonna try to put this thing on there. We'll see how that goes. Other than that, I mean, short of the, you know, just some kind of corner bead on here, I mean, I'm super happy with that. Just came out and she's like, it looks great. So hopefully it's quieter. Remember when I told you guys you can't run a screw backwards because it'll still wreck the carpet? Yeah, it's gonna wreck the carpet. Let me show you what I did. I can't have nice things. So I got some drill point screws to put this boot in, and look what it did. It just pulled all the carpet. I think I can like take a comb and kind of pull it back, but I mean, we're gonna do a console anyway, but I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna heat up the screwdriver again, smaller one, and that's how I'm gonna have to put the screws in. But learn from me, don't do that. Ruin your work. We'll fix it anyway. So I kind of experimented on the other side doing a sill. I don't like the way it came out, and I don't like the aluminum. I think I'm gonna get some stainless steel. That way I can bend it correctly and then take it back together and then finish it, because it doesn't, I mean, it's a work truck. I don't really care that much. I just want the carpet to be held down. I'll show you guys the other side. We'll do this side. So basically all it is taking this right angle channel and then just cutting one slice in it to bend it. And then I was trying to cut another one up here, but the overlap is too much. Short of cutting it and trimming it, it's not ever gonna line up right. It's not gonna look right. Now, when you cut aluminum with a death wheel, it gets crazy hot. Don't just stick your hand, you'll burn the hell out of your hands. And like I said, we're not looking for perfection. You know? Ooh, that's hot. you know, I don't like the way it looks, but it'll hold the carpet down for now, and then I can kind of get something to fit it better later. I obviously don't want to go into the carpet because I don't know how far the stainless is that we're going to get. So I'm just going to put like one here and like one up here, and we'll just kind of bend that over, cut a notch out of it maybe, just so I can knock it down. Came out better than the other side, but I mean, this is all hokey, you know. I'll just take a notch out of this and we'll see if we can't just kind of knock it down into place. I mean, kind of like that, you know, if it was all finished out, which it's not. I mean, you could seam seal it. We could paint it black, I suppose, but I don't like any of this. This is going to be very temporary. Actually, it's probably not going to be temporary because I'm never going to get back to work on this truck, probably ever again. But look, it'll hold the carpet in, and that's all we care about, you know? That's all we care about. That's nice. That held down sweet. I like that. I mean, that's it. Holds it down. And like I said, maybe we'll see if we can get some, maybe they make sill plate for this, then I can just get a sill plate for it. I didn't even think about that. Maybe you can order a sill plate for it. That's actually holds it down nice though. I redid the driver's side with that piece that I found in my garage. I think if I painted them black, you wouldn't even see them. So maybe we'll do that. Fits better like this, you know. Jess came over and she's like, wow, I really like how this came out and blah, blah, blah. She likes the seats. And I, you know, kind of pointed out the trim, and she's like, I don't mind that. Yeah, I get it, but I don't know, maybe paint them black. Anyway, let's take this thing for a ripper and get the decibel meter back out and see if it made a difference. All right, guys, Jess is gonna do some recording for us. Voice from behind the camera. What do you think of this interior? What do you think? Nice?
Yes, looks great.
Looks great. All right, so basically I got the decibel meter in my hand. If I talk loudly, it's 88, 89 decibels if I'm right next to it. So what we're trying to accomplish is making to see, is it quieter for one, and is it more luxurious for Jess? Because Jess loves luxury. I don't know if you guys know this.
I do love the seats.
You do. They're Thunderbird seats. Ooh, this does not like to shift. There we go. I'll move that up. Oh, it's way quieter.
I can tell already.
I can talk to you. So before, this thing would top out at like 86. It still does. 85, 86. Oh no, it's 83, 84. I gotta stop talking. I mean, I think we did what we set out to accomplish. And right here, the trans tunnel used to get really warm. I'm assuming it's gonna keep the heat out of here. Let's pop some windows now that we're not done roasting. Oh yeah, air conditioning. Use your corner window. See?
Oh, that's nice.
That's nice, right? It's so much quieter here. Evan and I couldn't. You can't hear yourself think the way it was before.
Yeah.
If you guys know anything about decibels, usually 1 decibel increase is almost twice as loud. We're gonna spin her around. Actually, we'll just go around the block. I hear less of the collapsed lifter. I don't know, guys, I don't know if I got a collapsed lifter or after we did the 4-barrel swap, if the too much carbon kind of fell in it. I'm not really sure, but I'm gonna try to run motor flush through it. Hopefully it clears it up because we're not taking it back apart. Oh, it's so much nicer in here. Yeah? She's nodding her head, guys. I
like the seats so much better.
Oh yeah, the seats are like factory Thunderbird comfy. And they're appropriate to the ear, yes. You know? So, wrapping it up, guys. I'd like to thank Danielle and Zach for giving us the seats because he didn't want any money for them, and he said if you can use them, you can have them. And I said, I'll put them to use. So I appreciate that. And this is little things that you guys can do on the weekend, you know, to make your car or truck build a little bit more enjoyable. I think I would spend more time in this if it was quieter and I could just hear the exhaust. So what we got to do moving forward, which we may or may not record, I don't know if we will. I got new door seals for it. I got new window components because the windows rattle when they're down. It's really annoying. I got a radio for it because there's a giant hole. I think someone had an 8-track in here and they cut the hole with a rabid beaver. So I'm going to take the plasma table and I'll make a new template over that. This is all stuff that you guys can do. I hope you learned something from this. The sound deadening helps. The carpet helps. You know, I'm into the whole situation. For carpet was I think 130, 140 bucks, and the sound deadener was maybe $40. You know, it is investing your time. I get it, but it's worth doing. So I would like to thank Mike Hill from Hillstrations. He's on YouTube. He donates to the channel via our Buy Us Coffee link. And anything you see me use in this video will be in the description. And you watch me do it, guys. And if I can do it, you absolutely can do it. Thanks for watching.